Hello, hello. If you can see me and hear me okay, let me know in the chat. If I need to adjust the music or anything because that's too loud, just let me know. Awesome, Josh. Thanks for letting me know. Gonna give it just a few minutes for a couple more people to join, and then I'll start walking through the storefront stocking process and how I use that. In the meantime, if you have any questions about Amazon, about sourcing, anything at all, just drop that question and I'll get to it. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to screen share and then start walking through my storefront stocking process. In the meantime, any questions at all, just drop them and I'll get to them. So this is my favorite way to do product research. I like it because it lets a lot of the heavy lifting be done for you. We're going through storefronts. Absolutely, who says no? We're going through storefronts where other people have already found profitable products, and we're just kind of going to be piggybacking off of those products and seeing which ones we can find for ourselves. So the best way to do this is to start with a brand that we know has to be sold in store. So it's good to start with like Walmart brands or Target brands and finding products that we know are in store and then pulling up a product page on Amazon. So let's start with a brand like Mainstays, which we know is a Walmart brand. We could always just look up list of Walmart brands, list of Target brands, and then see all the brands that they carry, and then we can just pick any one of those and type it into Amazon for a good starting point. Let's look at this Mainstays trash can, and the point of this starting product isn't to find. Let's see. Looks like I have to log into my Rev Seller. We're gonna need that tool. So just one moment. Did everyone do a lot of sourcing today? Did we buy plenty of inventory? One moment while I get signed in for RevSeller, then we'll get back to the process. Alright, we are back at it. Okay, so what I was doing is I was looking for a store product. Mainstays is a good brand because we know that this product is a Walmart brand. And what I was saying is the point of this initial product isn't to find something that's profitable. It's to find us a good starting point for storefronts that we can go through and stock and find their products. And I'm looking to keep it too. One moment. Sorry about that. Anybody have any questions so far? Rashawn says, been following you on Instagram for a while, bro. Keep up the good work. I plan on starting within the next 2 months. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for following me and for that encouragement to keep going. If you need any help with anything at all as you get started, feel free to hit me up. I'm happy to help with anything that I can. Most important part is to just get started though, so I don't know why you're waiting 2 months, but if you're at a point where you can take action, I would recommend going ahead and doing that. It's better to get started now, even if you're not super successful right from the bat, because you'll have lessons that you learn, and that'll help you be more successful over time. Okay, I think we're finally all set up. Got RevSeller signed in, got Keepa signed in, and what I was saying is we're just looking for a good starting point. So this is a Mainstays product. It's a store brand, and we know that this has to be sold in Walmart. So now we're going to go to the sellers on this listing. We're going to click here to open all those up. And then these are all the different storefronts of people that are selling this product. We want to look at their rating count, and I like to see about 50 ratings and then all the way up to about 500. That's a good range because when they have at least 50, we know that they have some experience. They're likely to have a good catalog that we can go through. I'll go lower than that, but it's just kind of like a good goal that I like to watch out for. And then I don't like to go more than 500 because at that point they're probably just too big of a seller. They might be doing a lot of wholesale, or their catalog is just going to be too big and it'll take forever for us to go through. So that's why I focus on that range of ratings. Here's one that's 49. We could look at that. 45. We'll look at these. It looks like these are all FBM sellers, and probably because this product is so big, but we'll go ahead and look through a couple of these storefronts and see if we find anything. So once you pull up their storefront, you want to go to products, and then you can kind of just scroll through. Typically it'll list these products in the order of their velocity, so you'll see the products that are more towards the beginning are gonna be selling a lot quicker. But just scrolling through, I'm seeing a lot of oversized products, things that are pretty big, and maybe that's the way you want to run your business, but for me, I like to focus on items that aren't oversized, items that I can consistently send into FBA. I don't like doing a ton of FBM. Yeah, this storefront is pretty much all oversized products, so I'm probably going to skip this one. Yeah, we're going to have that same thing here. So it's a lesson learned right there. You might not want to pick an oversized product for your starting point. So we picked a pretty large trash can, and that shows us that sellers on that listing are probably going to be selling oversized products. So let's try something smaller. So let's go back here, Mainstays tub. Or container would be a better word. Can try this one. It looks like a pretty bad product, but again, we're just looking for a starting point. This one could be good. I wonder if this is actually profitable. Go ahead and take this into Google. Not sold. You might be able to find this in store though, and usually these are $1 a piece, so depending on what you want for your profit, this could be a good product to look into. But let's go ahead and use this as our starting point. So again, I'm going to look at the sellers on this listing. I'm going to look for people who have 50 to 500 ratings. Not too many here, so I'm going to lower my criteria a bit. And I'm going to check out this person with 23 and this person with 16. But I'll prioritize the one who actually met my criteria. Yo, what is up, Cisco? What's your question? Virgin hair fertilizer. You're going to come across some weird products on Amazon, but if it makes money, it makes sense. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm kind of hovering over the title, and that pulls up a little Keepa overlay. There's a setting in your Keepa account if you don't have that, but I highly recommend it. And then I'm also kind of glancing here at DS Amazon Quick View, and I'm just looking at anything that looks remotely good. I'm opening up in a new tab, that way I can analyze it further. Okay, I got to there. This Caro brand looks pretty good. I'm gonna guess it's probably wholesale since they have so many and they're all really solid, but we'll see if we can find a source. Alright, so I got quite a few products here that look somewhat decent. And basically I'm opening them up and then I'm copying the title and pasting that into Google to see if we can find a source for this product. Josh says Cisco the GOAT. Cisco is the GOAT. Cisco says, what's your take on it? Let's say your bottleneck isn't sourcing and it's capital. Would you blow 80% of your available capital in one day profitable products, and even if it means not sourcing the next couple of days? Yeah, I think I would. I think that would help your cash flow issue. Oh, it's not. Yeah, it is capital. I think that would help because the faster you're spending your money, the faster you're able to turn it over. And I would maybe even focus on FBM. If your holdup is capital, focusing on sourcing quick FBM flips. Yeah, I would definitely spend your capital, even if it means you can't source the next couple of days because you run out of money. Because the faster you spend it, the faster you're going to be able to turn it over. So we found this product for $46.50, not profitable. Let's move on. There's a lot of Keratone products. So let's see if there's a source for that somewhere. Walmart has it. Order beauty supply. Alright, so we see here Walmart has it for $13.95, but a good note here is that it's sold and shipped by this Beauty Bazaar Plus, which means it's a third-party seller. So what that tells us is there's likely already a markup, so there's probably a cheaper source for this somewhere. And also, I don't recommend buying from third-party suppliers, but that's just my opinion. Got a few suppliers here. Some of them look like they could have potential profit. This one's going to be too much, $8.99, and it's a 2-pack. This one's too expensive, $7.99. It's going to be too expensive. Yeah, I bet this person is wholesaling this product, so honestly, you should look into this brand and see if you can find a distributor for it, because it looks like they have a lot of really solid products, but they're not going to be profitable at a retail level. We'll check a couple more out on this brand, but I imagine that's going to be the case on all of them. It's really great buy box history. Really great volume. If you could find a wholesaler for this, it'd definitely be worth it. think Walmart is the only one from just a quick search. Super Beauty, maybe. This might be the same, but not enough room there, even at $6.99. So I'm going to skip all these Caro products just for the sake of this video, but I would look for a wholesale supplier for this. Quick note here, if someone is not familiar with the Small and Light program. Small and Light is basically a way for you to save money on fulfillment fees for items priced under $8 and that are, I don't remember the exact requirements, but I have a video about it. I think it's under like 10 ounces in certain weight or certain dimensions. But let's see here, you enable Small and Light and you make an extra buck. So Small and Light is something to watch out for when you want to save money on fees. Rashawn says, so is Amazon still limiting products for new accounts? This is what stopped me before. It took 2 months to sell one book. So Amazon does limit products for new accounts. That's called gating. Basically, you're not allowed to sell in a lot of categories and big name brands whenever you first start, and you have to get ungated by either getting auto approval over time, or you have to submit an invoice from a distributor to get ungated. I have a video on that. Basically, you have to get an invoice, purchase 10 units of the product, submit it, and then you'll get ungated. But to me, it sounds more like maybe there just wasn't good velocity and sell-through rate on that product, because most people can sell most used books. Sometimes there will be restrictions on like textbooks and other things. But it sounds to me like maybe this wasn't a gating issue, and maybe it was just an issue of you not properly reading the data. So my question to you on that is, did you look at Keepa? Is there a lot of sales on this product? Or was it really just something that should have taken you 2 months to sell, and that was just a misreading of the data? Let me know. And just continuing the same process of copying the title into Google and seeing if we can find a source for it. Seller has a lot of really good velocity listings. Looks like this is the brand website, and it's not going to be profitable here, but anytime I want a brand website for a product, I always like to scroll down and see if they have a wholesale program, and I don't see one here. But find a distributor. I might be dropping too much game tonight. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to look into this later, because this looks like a really solid product, and if you could find a distributor for it, I'm pinning that. I want to look into it further. Sean, okay, I'll have to binge watch your channel and do more research. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to learn, and if you have any more detailed questions that my videos didn't answer, feel free to hit me up on IG. Is that what we just... Yeah, I'm going to definitely look into this. So we got this at Rite Aid. This is going to be a Small and Light product because it's under $8 and meets the weight and dimensions. $3.79. Not going to be profitable. But maybe if there was ever like a coupon, you could add this to your list of products to watch for if a coupon ever came out. This will not be profitable as well. I think the seller's probably doing a lot of wholesale, and we're more focused on online arbitrage sourcing tonight, and this was the one that had like 500 reviews, so they were kind of pushing my limit anyway. So let's move on to another seller. Hopefully we find someone who's doing more arbitrage. I know some of these products are good. So far, I'd say they're all worth looking into. And if you're overwhelmed at like how quickly I'm glancing at the data, just know that it takes a lot of practice to get to this point. And honestly, I could still get quicker. And when I'm going this quick, I might not be the most accurate, but I'm just looking for stuff that looks interesting. This could be good right here. Might have found a winner. $7.94 at Walmart. $1.60, nothing crazy, but could be a profitable product depending on what you like. See here, there's a bit of a jumpy buy box, but we can probably sell this for $15.50. I would want to budget it. Actually, no, might be good. Yeah, you can probably sell this for $15.50. We see a big increase in the seller count, and with the profit being this low and the seller count going up, I would probably avoid this, but we'll go ahead and continue the analysis just for the sakes. We'll say we can sell this for $15.50. Gonna buy it for $7.94. We want to confirm product match. I see 0.5 ounces. I see 0.5 ounces. Heritage. Yep, this is a good product. Personally, I probably wouldn't get it, but hey, it's a base hit, and business is built on base hits. Yes, I am going to save this live. If you're just starting out, what are different ways to build capital? Focus on high ROI products when your budget is low. A lot of people start with books. I say start with Dollar Tree products, Family Dollar, whatever store is in your area that you can buy stuff for really cheap. Focus on the high return products. Also, maybe you have to pull in some other money from places outside of Amazon, get a part-time job, find other ways to build up your capital budget, and then over time that's just going to snowball. And then eventually start leveraging credit, but I would not recommend that when you first start. Birthday cake truffles, not enough profit. So here I'm not grabbing the whole title, I'm just grabbing through 64 bags because the rest of it is explaining this is a 2-pack, and we're probably going to be buying this from the source as a 1-pack. I'm not getting a ton of results. Maybe this is it. 64 count. Boom. Another good product. Let's go ahead and type it in. Yeah, there we go. $2.27 profit. Is $13.90 a reasonable list price? I would say absolutely. We might be able to capture a little more. I'd probably want to budget this a little lower. I like to be conservative on my budgets. I would say worst case scenario, we're selling this for $12.50. So let's look at kind of worst case scenario. Still $1 profit, but there is ample evidence that we can probably sell this for 13 something. I would list this at current buy box. Looks like this person's at $13.90. Why not match them? There's pretty decent velocity on this, so there's no need to be going penny under. Just match the buy box or even go a little higher. But there is another winning product, 64 count. Boom, got another winner. Here I want to clean up this 3-pack. Cisco says, as a beginner, is BrickSeek worth it? I would say that depends on what you're doing. If you're RA, heavy looking at the clearance, and you're going to be going to like tons of different stores every week, BrickSeek is absolutely worth it. Know that it's going to be inconsistent, but if you're hitting tons of Walmarts, then it's definitely going to be worth it for you. It's pretty hit or miss in my opinion, and I don't use it anymore because I don't really do retail arbitrage, but if it's within your budget, go for it. If you have to decide between BrickSeek and inventory, the answer is always inventory. If you have to decide between any kind of software and inventory because your budget is so low, the answer is inventory. But BrickSeek can be worth it if you're hitting stores pretty consistently. Whenever there's a suppressed buy box like this, I toggle on my new FBA, and I base my calculations on the low FBA price. So we're seeing this for probably like 16 bucks. Not enough profit. I saw this $3.98 from Walmart. Out of stock, but even if it was in stock, I'm not too excited about this. Probably sell it for 14 bucks. There's some opportunity for it to go higher when the seller count goes down, but personally, I always like to budget for the kind of the worst case. I would not buy this product. Cisco says, when Target does the promos for gift cards, for example, spend 50 bucks on Legos, get a $10 gift card, would you include that $10 as part of your ROI? Sometimes. I would generally recommend no. The only place I do that at is Kohl's, because it's just like, it's so high. Like, I'm getting, I think, like 35% Kohl's cash. So I'll include that in my head in my ROI, but for my bookkeeping, no, because I'm still actually paying more. And I know that high amount of Kohl's cash is just going to get me a bunch of free merchandise. But generally, I would recommend that you do not really count that in unless it's a substantial amount. Like my Rakuten stuff, I'm not including those in my calculations. They're just a nice bonus. Not enough room at current price. We see this spiking up to 25 bucks sometimes. If you could sell this for 25 bucks, then that is a great product. However, it is rarely up there. I would not personally risk it. If the seller count came down, I would maybe want to check back up on this in a few weeks. And if seller count came down, I could sell this for like 23 bucks. It's still a pretty solid product in my opinion. Let's see, over 30 days, it does have a kind of a higher average. I would consider watching this, but I would want to see seller count going down before I bought units, before I went deep, definitely. This could be another product to look into. Was it product match? 6 ounces, 6 ounces. Looks like slightly different packaging. Looks the same to me. So it's another product that you could test out if you're interested. I personally would not buy it right now though. Under 8 bucks, we're gonna have small and light. Bed Bath & Beyond. See here, this is 18 ounce, but the Amazon title is for 10 ounce, so that's a mismatch. Looks like this is 6 bucks in store. Not going to be enough profit. It's going to be a loss. 3.4 ounce, 3.4 ounce. Well, this list price that RevSeller has is potentially low. I would argue that this probably sells for 14. I'll look into the data a little more. $1.50, nothing to get excited about, but could be a nice base hit for you if it actually does sell for that price. It's hard to say for sure since there's no buy box. A lot of these sellers are FBM and they're below 14. I would argue that this product probably sells for closer to 14 because people typically prefer Prime. And if the profit were higher, I would buy a few units to test that out. But I'm not going to risk it for just a few bucks profit. But if it were more, then I would definitely test this out and see if I could capture a higher FBA price. No, I did not go crazy on the 20% off Target gift cards. I probably should have though. You made 4 different accounts. Did any of them get banned? Target is ridiculous. I shopped with them for a year and a half almost 2 years with no trouble, and then as soon as I start using a red card, they ban me. No profit on this one. Sometimes Ulta will run like a buy one get one 40% off, so that would be 20% off per unit. Then we have a buck profit. I would want a better sale. And guys, this is really just what the process is. It's a grind. It's doing the same thing over and over again. You're going to find success by putting in the reps. Not every product is going to be profitable, as you can see. Most of them are not going to be, but it just takes a lot of practice, a lot of grinding it out, a lot of learning to read the data, and eventually you're going to find more and more products. We found a couple good ones, and we found a few good wholesale leads as well, so those are more opportunities for me to look into later tonight. In person only? Right on. Yeah, I did not take advantage of that. Something like this, I don't even look into. Well, that's probably low. But when I see a payout of almost $4, when I know that similar products we were just looking at cost like 10 at the source, I'm probably not going to look into that further. Yeah. Probably not going to be able to find this when it's selling for only 4 by Amazon. Anytime Amazon's hogging the buy box like this, I just avoid it. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up here in a few minutes, so if you have any other questions, drop them in the chat. Anything about sourcing, this process that I'm doing right now, or just anything about Amazon in general, drop it and I will answer it before we end. Looks like we could end on a winner though. $439 from Bed Bath & Beyond. $250 profit, 57 ROI, 20% margin. I like that a lot. And this list price is probably a bit low. Let's zoom in a bit. We see seller count going up quite substantially. And we see that as seller count goes up, the list price starts to drop. But the velocity on this listing is really good. So I wonder how fast these people are going to sell out. Cisco, when is the course coming out? An Alpha Wolf merch? I don't know. I probably will drop a course eventually. Just not right now. Alpha Wolf merch, though, that's a possibility sometime soon. Yeah, so let's say even if we sold this for just $13, that's a solid product and the night on. Everyone go cop this. Don't tank the price, though. Any other last questions before we end the stream tonight? Give it just another minute. And I mean, really, we only went through, I don't know, 30 to 40 products, if that. So when you do this hundreds to thousands of times over and over again, you're bound to find really solid products. You just wrote your course. It says, just do it. Honestly, though, just do it. Just take action. Alright, if there are no other questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm going to pretty consistently be doing these on Wednesday nights. Just answering any questions you have, doing some sourcing strategies, sharing with you. If you need anything in the meantime, feel free to hit me up on IG.